All right, everybody, welcome to 2.1 Solving One-Step Equations. Feel free to pause, attempt the do now, and then resume the video when you're ready. The do now wants you to circle the multiplicative inverse of 1/2, and I identified that as the number that makes 1/2 multiplied to 1. Well, that would be 2. It says underline the additive inverse of 1/2, which means that it adds to 0. Well, 1/2 plus a negative 1/2 would make 0. Oops, I want you to underline. Circle the multiplicative inverse of -3. So again, it's going to multiply to a positive 1. That's negative 1/3. The additive inverse of -3, remember that adds to 0, is 3. Vocab, to isolate. We're going to be doing this a lot the next few days. To get the variable on one side of the equal sign by itself. And what does that mean? It's going to look like this. X equals something, okay? The variable is isolated, it's by itself. A equals. All right, so a little vocab practice. A very ill patient was placed in blank away from other patients. That's isolation. By himself, right? In order to isolate a variable, you may need to perform mathematical operations. A person living on a small island felt isolated from the rest of the world. Circle the equations that show the variable isolated. Well, on the left side of the equal sign here, you have 4x plus 1. That's not by itself, no good. Choice 2, you have x equals, it's by itself, perfect. Choice 3, you have x over 3, no good. And choice 4 equals x. Now it's on the right hand side, but it is by itself, so that's good. All right, so now we're going to look at our addition and subtraction properties of equality. Remember, equality means the same, equal, right? So what you add to one side must be added to the other side. So what you add on the left side of your equal sign, you must add on the right side. Easy way to do this is some students like to put a line through the equal sign going all the way down. So if you add 2 to the left side, you must add 2 to the right side. You need to keep your equations balanced. Same thing with subtraction. What you subtract from one side must be subtracted from the other. So again, put your line through your equal sign, and we subtracted 2 on the left, so we must subtract 2 on the right. Solving an equation using subtraction. The equation y plus 2 equals -6. Well, that shows addition by 2. The inverse, or the opposite of that operation, would be subtraction. Therefore, we're going to bring our -6 down, and to isolate y, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. Our 2's cancel, and we're left with y equals, our variable is isolated, and -6 minus 2 makes -8. So it says check your answer. You're going to substitute in the original equation for y. So y, we just found out, is -8. So does -8 plus 2 equal -6? And the answer is yes. So here's some more practice. To isolate the variable, what is happening to the variable? Remember to draw your lines through your equal signs so you keep your equations balanced. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. So I see a plus 22, so to cancel it out, I'm going to subtract 22. But what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. 22's cancel. X equals 88 minus 22 is 66. Now, I'm not going to check all of them, but I'll show you how to check the first one. You plug in 66 where the x is. So 66 plus 22 equals 88. 66 plus 22 is 88, so it checks. Okay, for the next one, you have a positive 100 plus f. So to get rid of a positive 100, I'm going to subtract it from both sides. 100s cancel, f equals 150. Again, if you want to check, 100 plus 150 equals 250, and that's true. 250 equals 250. Q plus 12. So I'm going to subtract 12 on both sides. 12s cancel. Q equals 64 minus 12. It's 52. K plus 80. I'm going to subtract 80 because we're trying to get K alone. Cancel your 80s. And we get K